lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, asexual. I could go on listing the sexual orientations in this alphabet soup for a while. While we were doing polls and questions around the classroom, I noticed that a lot of you guys didn't really know a lot about LGBTQ rights, but you guys were open to learning about them and that you actually knew a lot of people within the community. The reason why I can talk about this today is because I'm gay. You can't tell by the flag behind me. And I've been fighting for these rights alongside my peers and my colleagues for a while. LGBT rights are a huge movement that have been going on for centuries. Today I want to inform you all about the past, present, and future of these rights. Without the help and strength of the allies in the LGBTQ community, we would be nowhere without them. Fighting for what LGBT people and allies believed in possibly meant discrimination, incrimination, and scrutiny. According to CNN's article, LGBT Rights Milestones Fast Facts on CNN.org, updated February 23, 2017, the first documented gay organization was founded by Henry Gerber, and it was called the Society for Human Rights, which was based out of Chicago. And this opened up a lot of doors for the community, and they kind of found it as a safe haven at the same time. Also in this article, it goes on to state that in April 1952, the American Psychiatric Association, the first DSM, the Diagnostic and Stats Manual of Mental Disorders, actually listed homosexuality as a psychopathic personality disturbance. And it wasn't until DSM-II until they actually took it out as a mental disorder. And this was a huge step back even further for the community, because being gay isn't a choice or a disorder, it's something that you're born with. It's not something that you choose. You don't want to choose to be scrutinized. What really got the LGBTQ movement was what really got it going was the Stonewall riot movement that happened June 28, 1969. Christina Karen and Adrian Haney's article, Gay Rights Timeline, Key Dates in Fighting for Equality on usnews.com, published March 23, 2013, stated that the start of the gay rights movement began after police raided a popular unlicensed gay bar called the Stonewall Inn in New York City, Greenwich Village. The riots lasted for days and were triggered by police harassment of gays, according to media reports. This was also one of the very first times that we have actually fought back against the police, and Sylvia Rivera and Marsha Johnson were two very important trans women of color who threw the first bricks of the riot. It was after the Stonewall riots' first anniversary that pride parades began to pop up, and ever since then they have been going on every June. Those are some key turning points that helped the LGBTQ community where it is today. The past several years has been many hardships, milestones, and accomplishments within this community. One of the greatest hardships we faced was Proposition 8 in California in 2008, where people passed, in the state of California, people passed that same-sex marriage was illegal. But then in September 20th, 2011, CNN Library also stated that the Don't Ask, Don't Tell was repealed, ending the ban on gay men and lesbians to serve in the military, openly in the military. And then on June 26, 2015, or as I like to call it, 626, like Stitch, Lilo and Stitch, same-sex marriage was legalized, and so much joy and happiness spread across the nation. And I was actually on a plane that had just landed while the news was being broadcasted, and I got a text from my girlfriend at the time, and I actually started crying on the plane, and that was fun. Even though we have legalized marriage, we still have many obstacles until we are completely equal. With Supreme Court justices' positions still open, the transgender bathroom laws, gay conversion therapy still being legal, and so many other issues, we are far from equal. Jeremy Peters, Joe Becker, and Julie Davis, in their article, Trump Resides Rules on Transgender Students in New York Times, published February 22nd, 2017, stated that President Trump on Wednesday resigned protections for transgender students that allowed them to use bathrooms corresponding with their gender identity, overruling his own education secretary, which we all know how great she is, and placing his administration firmly in the middle of culture wars that Republicans really wanted to stay out of. Now, the Human Rights Campaign defines conversion therapy as a therapy that's sometimes known as reparative therapy, and it's a range of dangerous and discredited practices to falsely claim to change a person's sexual orientation, sexual gender identity, or expression. LGBTQ youth who are rejected by their parents are 8 times more likely to commit suicide, 6 times more likely to report high depression, 3 times more likely to try illegal drugs, and 3 times of a higher risk to get HIV or STDs. And actually, Mike Pence, our vice principal, I keep wanting to say that, vice president, who used to be the governor of Indiana, he passed a law that, while he was governor, that any service provider like cake bakers or flower people or even EMTs and medical personnel could deny people who are in the LGBTQ community of their services. So an EMT could arrive on scene and be like, I don't want to help you because you're gay. I'm going to let you die, essentially. And that was an even huge step back farther. But overall, we've been fighting for these rights, for our equal rights for many years, and we are still fighting to this day. Hopefully I gave you all a little more insight of what LGBTQ rights are and how far we've come and how far we still have to fight.